Hello, in today's video we are going to be making a pasta rocket. This experiment will mimic a hybrid fuel engine found in rockets. Hybrid fuel engines have two sources of fuel, a solid source and a liquid or gas oxidizer. The hybrid fuel source allows the engine to be shut off if needed and the ability to control the amount of oxidizer being released. In this experiment we're doing a simplified version of this. The pasta, the ziti, will be the solid fuel source as well as the combustion chamber. And the yeast, mixed with the hydrogen peroxide, will release oxygen, which acts as the gas oxidizer. A hydrogen peroxide molecule is very similar to a water molecule, but it has an extra oxygen atom. When the yeast is added to the hydrogen peroxide, it acts as a catalyst and breaks off that extra oxygen atom to form water and oxygen gas. That gas is fed through the combustion chamber, or the hollow portion of the noodle, and is ignited by the flame created by lighting the solid fuel source, aka the end of the noodle. This interaction creates the power to propel the rocket into space. So let's take a look. We have a mason jar where we're going to mix the yeast and the hydrogen peroxide. We have our noodle, which is going to act as both the combustion chamber, so the hollowed portion, which is going to sit right above a hole that we have in the top of our lid here. It's going to sit right on top, act as the combustion chamber, and then we're going to light the top as the solid fuel source. And once the oxygen is released from the experiment, mixing of the yeast and hydrogen peroxide, it will travel up through the noodle and ignite with the already produced flame on top of the noodle. So, I'm going to take hydrogen peroxide. We're going to fill the mason jar. Not that much. We're going to take about a half a teaspoon of yeast and add it to the jar. A reaction will start, but we're going to make it even more by shaking it. We're going to try to seal this as much as possible. And we're going to shake it a little bit to get the reaction going. As you can see, it's starting to bubble up. I'm going to put the pasta on top and light it. As you can see, a flame has started. It's being fueled by the solid fuel source of the noodle, but as you can see, it's starting to light up inside the noodle. That's the oxygen reacting with that flame in the combustion chamber. If we had more hydrogen peroxide and more yeast, it would create an even bigger flame. This is what we would see at the tail end of a rocket as it was shooting into space. Now, in most hybrid fuel engine rockets, you can control the amount of oxygen that's released to react, causing an increase or a decrease in power. In this, it's a simplified version, so we can't do that. And that's our experiment.